Yo, welcome into In Transition, where Jaylen Brown's hairline probably could have been saved. I'm Angel. I got Sam over there. We're here to talk basketball. We are what? We're like 2-3 weeks into the season. We've got some interesting storylines, some crazy things happening. What do you think, Sam? What we got?
Well, there's the Nico Harrison firing.
Yeah,
Obviously,
that he was the Dallas Mavericks head coach, right?
wasn't he the GM?
The GM, excuse me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. There's the first ED Twitter GM.
I know. I saw some stuff about Cooper Flag bitching about losing a lot. I'm like, damn, I didn't really like put that into perspective. Like
Yeah.
that guy probably has been winning. What do we think about Cooper Flag? Like in general, like what do we think
I
about
think
him?
Cooper Flag probably needs like a real point guard to develop because it looks like his on-ball creation is not league ready.
Hmm.
But it looks like his play finishing, which obviously being like a larger perimeter player, with his athleticism is what would be developed first. I
Right.
feel like he would have been a great fit had Kyrie not tore his
Yeah.
what was it, the ACL or Achilles? It was major ligament, but
ACL.
yeah, but Kyrie hadn't torn his ACL, then I think Cooper Flag would be a lot better because he would be have a lot less defensive attention on his on ball creation, and he would also be able to get like a lot of open looks, a lot of lob. Like he'd be getting a lot more lobs, whereas like he has to run the point sometimes, and that's just like I just don't think
Clay
that's
Thompson
really.
doesn't have the capability to run the point, and who else do we have? We have
Clay
what?
Thompson doesn't have the capability to do much anymore. Period. He's been really bad to
He
start the
really
year.
has. He really has. Let me look at his stats. What are we looking at here? 7 points this season.
Yeah, that's a fall from grace for
Shooting
sure.
31%. Dude, his era is over. His era is done.
Yeah,
So that's so sad. I thought he would really like go out like on a high note, or at least continue to like produce, but not that situation. And Anthony Davis obviously isn't going to be facilitating.
yeah. Yeah, Anthony Davis. I don't even know how many games has he played. I haven't been paying attention much to the Mavs because I just feel like their basketball, the brand of basketball that they play, is profoundly uninteresting.
He's played
Like
four
they have
games.
such. Yeah, so it's not been great. And in those games, if I'm correct, he has not been very good. Because I feel like if he was good, I would
I
probably would
mean,
have.
what's not good for Anthony Davis? Is 25 points not good for Anthony Davis? Because like that's good for like everybody else. I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, well
I guess when he's the main
well
point scoring,
he
he should be at least 35, 40 if he's going to be 35% of his team scoring.
yeah, I mean, isn't I didn't I thought he was at like 21 on the season.
He's at 20.8. He
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
one
Well,
game where he played 7 minutes and scored four, and that kind of fucked it up. I'm not going to count that.
oh, I didn't see that on the sheet. Yeah, no. So he was averaging like 25. See, I just feel like AD. I don't understand what the rationale behind the move for AD at all was.
I
Aside
think
from
I think they were relying on D'Angelo Russell to like actually be okay.
yeah, but the thing is, D'Angelo Russell is like he's like a meme. He's like a TikTok Riz player. Like he gets like the fancy dribble move, hezzy like pull up, and he'll have highlights in like pivotal moments.
He'll be on
But
the
when you
NBA
really,
like the top 10
yeah,
or whatever, but
but
that's
when
about
you
it.
need somebody to do something important for a championship team, like he will fall short every time, and like
Yeah. That's how I
that's
felt.
just.
You know what? That's how I felt about Cole Anthony.
Mm,
And we're gonna pivot on to Magic here. We are what? We're like 10 games into this young NBA season, 11. So
yeah.
let's look at the standings here. The Pistons are at the top of the East. How do we feel about that? What do we take away from that?
I mean, my takeaway from that, I haven't really been paying attention much to the Pistons, although I should be more.
Well, I guess we have to look
I
at
think,
strength of schedule too, because a lot of these teams that I'm looking at aren't very strong. Like Wizards, we got the
yeah,
Wizards, we got the Mavs, we got the Jazz, we got the Magic.
yeah,
Unfortunately, we got the
they
Celtics.
do. have a profoundly weak schedule.
Nets, the 76ers.
And I mean, obviously, you can only play the people that are in front of you.
Of course.
But like, I don't know. Cade Cunningham has had a weird season to start the year. I mean, obviously, his most recent game, that shit. I mean, 14 for 45 is crazy.
That's terrible, and he still somehow, some way scored 46. They gave that man they gave that man 45 shots. They drew that man 45 not 45, but they gave that man 45 shots.
Oh no, definitely they did not draw him 45. There were definitely some times where he just had the ball and was, I'm shooting this shit.
He played 45 minutes. That's a lot of usage, dude. That's crazy. This was against the Wizards, though, to be fair. The Wizards are, I think, one of the worst teams in the league right now. They're sitting 1-10 on the 11th Veterans Day. Yay! They're sitting 1-10 with a 9-loss streak.
I mean, if he keeps I mean, his playmaking has looked pretty good to start the year. I don't think, as far as I know, that he'll keep an average of almost 10 assists on decent turnover percentage. But if he can keep 80% of this is a big jump in his playmaking ability. I think his efficiency will level out. I think he's just taking a lot of shots right now for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, his percentage isn't that good, but they're utilizing him to an extent where it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, and the team has been very good around him. I don't know. It's. I feel like there's a lot of noise because the schedule has been kind of weak, and there's been some weird outlier I guess player decisions in terms of just the kind of basketball that they're playing, but it looks like they're going to be really good.
Yeah.
I mean, only 10 games into the season, they have the best record in the East.
Well, we have to think about the strength of the East though as well. On the total opposite end of the Eastern Conference rankings, we have 3 teams with 1 win. That's the Wizards, the Nets, the Pacers.
Yeah.
That's
tough. The Pacers.
That's tough.
That is a tough fall from grace for the Pacers.
They were in the finals last season, and now they're 1-9.
They came straight back from the finals and went into a 1-9 start. That's bad.
Let's look at what happened during the offseason. Did they? I'm completely asking you. I have no idea. I have no knowledge. Did they switch?
Well, they lost Miles Turner, and Halliburton has a torn Achilles. As far as I know, that's all that's happened. I'm not super tapped in with the offseason.
I'm looking at the roster. Pacers. We got Siakam, Nembhard, Benedict, who?
Yeah, that guy was on there last year. He had a bunch of pretty crucial threes, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, right on. Good job. Jay Huff. I don't know any of these players. Aaron Nesmith. I know him. Yeah, I don't know most of these guys, but that could just be my ignorance.
I think they lost Turner and who was a pretty big defensive piece for them. Mm-hmm. He was obviously their center is anchoring their rim protection. So they lost, I guess, their main rim protector and their main offensive creator, which, I mean, most teams, if you take those 2 players off, they're going to be a shit team. Mm-hmm. So I guess the Pacers, this is a filler year. This is
they don't have to do anything. They really don't.
Yeah, this is a meme hoops year for the Pacers. The Nets are actually Tom and Jerry hoops. It's so funny watching them.
I think my Magic play the Nets coming up soon. I'm excited. Yeah, after we play your Knicks tomorrow, we play the Nets in an NBA Cup game. Oh,
yeah, the Nets are genuinely
an NBA Cup game too. We're gonna have such a fucking positive plus minus on them. It's gonna be disgusting. If we lose that game, I'm killing myself. There's no.
The Nets are so they're just a meme. For a while, I think now
Nick
Claxton is their leader in assists, and I don't even think he has up to 4.
Yeah,
and for 9. For the first 8 games of the season, Michael Porter Jr. was their assist leader.
I remember you talking to me about this in the
Discord. And that shit's ridiculous. Literally a guy who's his nickname is Never Swing the Rock was the assists leader on a team. And the funniest part about the team is that they have 2 Israelis and a Holocaust denier on the same team, which is just politically, that locker room has got to be fucked up.
They're just the energy is just not there. It's negative.
Yeah.
Oh my. That's crazy.
The team just has no aura. Like it's just like I don't know. It's just yeah.
Talking about
meme
weird
hoops.
players, can we talk about Jonathan Isaac?
Jonathan Isaac. Oh yeah.
What's his deal?
I mean,
Okay, so if those that don't know, back in 2020, this was the start of the whole thing. Back in 2020, NBA bubble, George Martin, Black Lives Matter. Jonathan Isaac, black player, by the way, if you don't know. Instead of kneeling like everyone else in the NBA did, he stood for the national anthem. He just stood because, in his reasoning, was like, Jesus.
yeah.
He's a fucking weirdo. He's a weirdo.
And it's
I
like-
hate him every time he's on the floor. He doesn't do anything except he did stuff last night that made me hate him more.
The thing is, Jonathan Isaac is like, I mean, I haven't watched much of the Magic this season, but my idea of him is that he's not good at very much offensively. He's not a particularly good play finisher. He's not a particularly good, for his size at least.
No, not at
he's
all.
not a particularly, he's not a good offensive creator, which isn't really expected of a big, but he doesn't really have much of a shot. But he's a good defensive anchor and he's versatile. But the thing is, this season, as far as I know, he's looked sluggish on the defensive end. And so when your only value is defense and you open up the season bad defensively, like you aren't. It's like
you're useless.
You
Why are
aren't
there?
bringing.
You're doing cardio out there, and you're not even doing.
That's
it
one
well.
of the things with one-way players, especially defensive players, but one-way players in general, is if they start shitting the bed, they're genuinely useless.
Yeah.
Like, because like if Jalen Brunson or like Trae Young, for example, maybe more Trae Young because Jalen Brunson isn't like as bad of a defender as Trae, but if they're just in a game where they're useless offensively, they're not making anything, they're not creating for their teammates, they don't provide any value at all in the game because on the other end they're also a cone.
Right.
Whereas, and then if you have a defensive player who's just sitting up, taking up space, you can't really swing them the ball for an open three. They don't space the floor. They're not really a play finisher. They're not getting offensive rebounds. And then on defense, which is where they're supposed to bring the value, they're like getting blown by. They're getting dunked on. Like, then where's the value coming?
It's just a negative. Like literally, like, the plus minus is not plus. It's just minus.
Yeah.
I did notice last game against the Trailblazers, he did have that hustle back, and he did score a season high of 7. This is Jonathan Isaac again. But I just don't see value in him. I do think he will be traded at the deadline or before.
Yeah, I mean, is it how like? Hold on, let me just look because I haven't really followed much of his like career, but
it's been inconsistent. His career has been injury central. He's gone through so much like injury pain and nonsense that like I'm surprised the Magic are still. I'm surprised he's still in the league.
I think post 2020.
Okay. Conspiracy theory. He has a partnership with Advent Health. Advent Health is a Christian-based hospital in Florida.
Oh.
I see him on billboards, and Advent Health is a major sponsor of Orlando Magic. So
he's on billboards. 2.4 points per game on a billboard is crazy work.
Yeah, for Advent Health, it's like, why are you there?
He has never I think the Orlando Magic honestly should have moved on from him.
Absolutely. Why is he
like,
still fucking here, dude?
At the absolute latest in like 2023, once he came back and it was demonstrated that he wasn't as good as he used to be. Honestly, the best thing would have been to move him in 2020, but that was before before he got injured a bunch and his value declined.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a perfect case scenario, but like that would also, change the trajectory of how the Magic proceed, and who knows how that could go. We could speculate all day.
I mean, if we take his stats post injury in 2020,
they're garbage.
It's real bad. It's really, really bad.
They've literally just declined.
He hasn't been a good NBA player since like I was a boy.
You're so right. Why are you right? That's so true. He's just like, it's not been good. Let's talk about your Knicks. They're sitting second in the East. Pretty good.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't paid a ton of attention to the Knicks aside from the more recent games because they started off a little rough. So I was like, I'm gonna just look away,
Mhm.
like you know when there's like a loading bar in a video game when you're a kid and you like look away because you're like, if I look away it'll load faster. And it was like, for me, I was like, if I look away, the Knicks will and I look back, suddenly the Knicks will probably be good, and it's kind of happened. But
Is bad going 3-3? Because that ain't that bad. That's not good, but it's not bad.
for the expectations, the Knicks were like, we're going to be a contender, and going 3-3 against the schedule that they had was
yeah.
kind of. It was just not like ideal. You really like want to see something better than that, but I mean, pretty good start to the year otherwise. Now like 7-3, second in the East. Brunson's playing really well, if I'm not mistaken.
Almost 30.
Brunson is
7 assists.
yeah on really good efficiency. And he seems like, I feel like the defensive scheme has been like, ever since like the postseason of 2025, I feel like the defensive scheme has become more advanced. Like I feel like they figured something out during that playoff run, and they're kind of going with it now in a way that like I feel like the team has been a lot better at hiding Brunson on defense than they are in the past. Because if we're being completely honest about the nature of Jalen Brunson as a defensive player, he can draw charges and he can get like passing lane steals, but as an on-ball defender, and obviously like there's no rim protection that you're getting from Jalen Brunson. Like he's just not a defender. He will be at best a slight negative on defense, and I think that that they've been good at hiding him on defense this season. And in terms of like the most recent Knicks games, I feel like there's so much more ball movement than there used to be. Like it used to be literally just give the ball to Cat, give the ball to Brunson, and run like dribble, pass the ball, or driving kick, or like do like a basic pick and roll or whatever.
Right.
But like now I feel like there's like a constant motion that seems more reminiscent of like a genuine modern offense. And Jalen Brunson doesn't seem to just like have the ball in his hand for like the entire game. Because I think Jalen Brunson in 2025 and 2024 led the league in
Touch percentage?
in touch percentage, yeah. It was like it was bad in terms of like, because that's very exploitable in the playoffs when you can like kind of blitz a single defender and then force the other guys to make plays when they're out of rhythm. But the one thing to start this year, though, that it gives me a bit of promise, but is also slightly concerning, is that Cat has had a pretty bad start to the year offensively. In terms of his efficiency, if I'm not mistaken, he is well below league average efficiency right now. 43%
yeah.
from the field, 33% from three. It's just like he seems to just be like doing what he did last year. The shots are not falling,
Right.
but if the shots start falling, then that's like a big offensive boost in terms of like the spacing
Right.
and the offensive capabilities of this team. I think it makes the Knicks a lot better. But he needs to just find his rhythm.
If the 7-17 becomes like 12-17, you got a good player there.
Yeah.
If the 5-11 becomes like 8-11, you got a good player. He has to do
Yeah.
percentage.
Because Cat, I mean, literally his percentages both dropped for the start of the season, and I know it's only 10 games, but his I don't expect him to just suddenly have a 10% drop in both field goal and 3-point percentage. That would be a ridiculous recession for a like late 20s player.
Oh wow.
Like that would be unheard of. But once Cat finds his rhythm, which I believe he will, I think the Knicks will be like a genuine contender. And I do believe either the Knicks, like I think as hot as the Pistons have been to start, I do think that at a certain point they'll probably drop down to like the 3 seed, because I believe that the Cavs and the Knicks are both better teams. I think they've just had a little bit of struggling to start the year because the Cavs are coming off injuries and the Knicks are coming off a big coaching change.
Right. You know
But
who's shooting threes poorly? The Magic. Still, we're
yeah,
still in this like 3-point shooting shit show. I mean, Desmond Bain hoisted basically what was a Hail Mary last night, and that was a surprise. I literally shut that game off. I was like, "This is it. We're done. We're throwing the game the same way we did against the Celtics by like letting them shoot threes." And I
yeah,
was
and also
surprised.
that Bane shot was the only three he made that
It was the
night.
only one he made. He's shooting 27% this season.
Yeah, Desmond Bain for like being like a guy who's like a supposed to be like a sniper, and he has been a sniper for like his whole career.
The Magic are just
He's having
cursed.
a horrible down year.
The Magic are just cursed. They're cursed, dude. I don't know what to tell you. There's like some fucking like deep-seated hurricane curse in under the hard floor, and it's just ruining everything, and it blows all the 3-point shots just off the mark.
Yeah, the I don't know. They're Paolo has been better as of recently.
Mhm.
He started the year with like incredibly poor efficiency
Oh,
on a
yeah.
couple of his games.
Yeah, it sucked.
But he's getting up there in his efficiency, but his outside shot has not.
No, it's the same.
Has
It's
not-
25. It was what? It was.
I mean,
25.
yeah, yeah. He's never been like a good outside shooter by any means.
He's
but
a drive
you would
and handling
want.
guy.
Yeah, you would want him to be. I mean, his like 2024 season where he was an all-star. If I'm not mistaken, he shot only a little less than league average on decent efficiency. You need to be a guy who, like, if you're going to be a star NBA player, you need to be the kind of guy that can hit an open three and keep the defense honest, which is what I feel like he was in 2024.
He shot.
And I feel
32,
like
which
once
is
you
still
get-
below league average, I think, right?
Well, that was wait. Actually, I'm on a StatMuse page right now. Now it is basketball reference page. I think the 32% was last year.
Yes.
2024 he shot 34%.
Mm.
But you need to be hitting it at least like 32 is kind of like the minimum low key.
Yeah.
For like if you're a star perimeter player, like you want to be hitting threes at that clip or more. And he's just not been doing that to start this year. It is only 11
Yeah,
games.
Again, we're only.
And he did have a really rough start with a couple of these games that I don't expect to continue.
He had 11 points against the Hawks in 36 minutes. The Hawks are just. I don't know what our deal is with the Hawks. We can't beat the Hawks. I don't know what the
Yeah.
deal is.
The Hawks are a really weird team this year because, like, in theory, if everyone's healthy and playing at their like prime level, they could theoretically be like a contender level team. But Porzingis, as far as I know, has been like out half the games, and in the games he's played, he's been like garbage.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I wouldn't consider. I mean, what do you define garbage? Like, is his role supposed to be 20 points a game, or is his role supposed to be like 15 and some rebounds? Because if his role is 15, if his role is 15 and some rebounds, he's doing it.
well, his role is supposed to be a big who plays good defense and can stretch the floor. His role was never really rebounds because he's actually a terrible rebounder for his size. But his role really is just play finisher, 3-point shooter at his position,
Oh,
which
God,
means
yeah, his 3-point shooting is awful this season.
yeah. What you really want out of Porzingis is a decently high volume 36+% 3-point shot. You want like 16 to like 21 points per game, and you want solid rim protection. He's been a solid rim protector. Rebounds have been even worse than in the past. He's shooting 30% from 3. It's just not looking good for the Hawks in terms like Porzingis is looking bad.
Tingus Pingus is on the downturn, dude.
Yeah. His like I guess his PR definitely peaked during the Celtics championship run when he shot like I mean, that was the best year of his career in terms of efficiency. Like he found a perfect role and he was healthy ish.
Trae Young's only averaging 17 points a game.
See, Trae has been really bad to start the year.
That's
Trae has been interesting because I feel like what's happened is, I mean, this year it's just been like a horrific regression. It looks like
Yeah, for
so
the
far,
East just got
obviously.
worse. The East
Yeah,
just
I mean,
got worse.
For Trae Young so far looks like a pretty bad regression. But each year, I feel like since like 2021 or maybe 2022, like every year since 2022, he is low key like regressed as a scorer in terms of both efficiency and volume, and increased his playmaking volume and efficiency, which is like a strange archetype and progression for a player. Like he, I mean, if you literally pull up his basketball reference page right now and look at his progression from 2022 all the way to 2025, each year he averages less points on worse efficiency, and each year his assists climb, and then suddenly this year he's just fallen off a fucking cliff. It looks like.
Yeah, well, he's played like what 4 or 5 games, I think, because he was out for the first part of the
Yeah, I
season.
mean, we gotta give him time because he's obviously like dealing with some shit right now, and he's
man. It's hard.
yeah, he's dealing with some shit right now, and he's only played 5 games. Like if we judged like I don't know Paolo from
Yeah,
5 games into the season, shit would be looking a lot uglier.
yeah.
Or Cat would be even like I don't know. Cat's first 5 was looking rough.
Let's look at the West. Thunder and Spurs, number 1 and 2, 11 and 1 and 8 and 2. Thunder, I think, as we were talking the other day, I think they're just gonna do it again. I think they're just gonna win again.
It's unfortunate because I really like. I mean, aside from Shea, I do actually like Shea's playstyle. Aside from like, I mean, as a high volume scoring guard, you're gonna flop sometimes. And honestly, I think it's a little overblown. Especially when people. The worst part about it for me is when like fucking Kobe fans are like, "Oh my God, Shea flopped so much," because literally, first off, the flop as a perimeter guard was low key like pioneered in a
Oh,
lot of ways by
absolutely.
Kobe. Kobe would do like shots where he's like sideways to the basket, spinning, kicking his leg out to get draw contact with the defender. And it's like, bro, I've never seen you shoot it like that ever.
I feel like rules were. I feel
And if
like
you
rules
look
were
at if you
created because of Kobe.
if yeah, like there were like Kobe pioneered the rip through, the kick out. Like there's literally flops that Kobe like low key invented. Like Kobe is an incredible player, but we don't have to lie about what he did
Yeah.
like in the NBA. Like and also if we actually take a look, not only did Kobe come up with a lot of like modern foul drawing techniques, but if we actually take a look at Kobe's prime years and Shea's prime years, we pull up like the basketball reference page. Kobe is averaging 10 free throws per game over a 3-year stretch from '07 to from '05 to '07.
That's how
And
much.
he
That's how much Paolo is getting. That's a lot.
yeah. And Shea has averaged like 8.8, like around 10, closer to 9. He did have a year averaging 11 free throws in 2023, which is a little devious. But I mean, he is a prolific like mid-range
Yeah,
scoring.
he shoots 50%. Like it's nothing.
Yeah. He's one of the best mid-range shooters of all time. I actually think it's really funny that that Kobe fans would shit on Shea, considering I think in terms of play style, Shea is like the closest player in the NBA currently to a modern Kobe. Like
I
I
would agree.
feel
Like
like
mid range. Yeah, mid range game all day.
yeah, he works in the post. He has crazy footwork. He has crazy handles, and he has like a super versatile finishing package around the rim, and a serviceable 3-point shot for like a perimeter star. And it's like he's basically like the Kobe archetype in a lot of ways, and especially once you consider he's a two-way player as well. He's like the Kobe archetype, but yeah, it really does look like the Thunder are gonna go back to back, because I mean they went back to back even with Chet being like
Mid.
super injured and playing terrible. But now that Chet's like fully healthy and it looks like he's settled back into that like 20-ish points per game role on like really really good efficiency, even though his 3-point shot hasn't quite returned yet, but I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Is this Caruso's
I think he's
second
just
year with the Thunder, or is it his first?
I think Caruso's been there for a minute now, actually.
Really?
Caruso was traded for Giddey I think Caruso, wait, not for a minute. I think he's been there for like, has he been there for,
I think he was on. Okay.
when was the, wait, I actually don't remember when the Giddey trade was.
Because he was on the Bulls for a while. I remember that.
Did they win the championship like immediately after they traded Giddey? They did, actually. Ooh.
Yeah, he was on the Bulls until this year. No, last year.
Not this year, last year, because he made some crucial. He actually played some crucial defense on Jokic in that game 7.
Sweet. All right. What about Wemby? What about Wemby?
Wemby, I think Wemby is just his potential, as I mean, it's been said a million times, is unbelievable. He just needs to like get into the mindset of being able to make mid-game adjustments, because I think he has this strategy of just put my head down, get downhill, and just start putting the sauce on everything. And it's like, I think he needs to think a little more about running plays and not rush his passes, because that's one of the things is a lot of times with a couple of these games that he really struggled in. Like if we take a look at this 3-game stretch, 9 points, 19 points, 22 points, and then 18 points. A lot of these teams, the Rockets he actually didn't really struggle against, but if we look at the games versus the Pelicans, the Lakers, and the Suns, what happened was they would have a bigger, like, versatile wing to play on-ball defense, so that Wemby would have to use his size to shoot up over the top, because he can't really, you can match his strength and his speed with a good perimeter defender who's like a wing, and you have enough size to like kind of contain that. And then when he goes up into his shot, they have a backline help defender who's like a full-on rim protector to contest. And so basically what they have a defensive scheme that's kind of anchored around stopping Wemby from getting to the rim and forcing him to make these extremely difficult either extremely difficult perimeter plays or swing the ball to the open teammate. And they're not making the swing pass easy. Like, he has to throw pretty difficult passes, and he has to throw them accurately. And he has good vision where he sees the pass, but he jumps on the pass a lot. Like, he'll see the pass and immediately fire it without really like taking a second to like aim and properly process the situation. And so in those games, I think he was throwing like a ton of turnovers, and he was just like, he was getting the ball stolen from him. He was just looking a bit pedestrian because, you know, the team's just like, we're all focused around, don't let Wemby get ahead of steam, don't let him get to the rim, and we'll live with the pull-up, like,
Right, we'll live with
the and one dribble move mid-range shot from the 7'4"
sure,
player. You know what I mean?
We'll suffer through it.
Because, like, what are you going to do to stop that? But, like, Wemby's good enough at that he can make it, like, a good piece of his offense, but it can't be his only offensive trait.
Yeah, he's got to have something else.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Like,
What do you think it should be? What do you think he could spec into?
I think Wemby just needs to like get a little more reps in the league as a playmaker, because he has good vision and he's shown flashes of being a good playmaker. I think he's going to have like a progression where he has like incredible regular season and like a lot of really good games where he's like scoring a ton, he's doing like crazy shit on both ends. But then like in really pivotal moments, sometimes he'll look a little bit like the defensive coverage is just like too much for him when they really like blitz him. But that was the thing I think they saw with Giannis in like 2020, 2019, and how Giannis dealt with that is that he developed a passing game.
Right.
And I think Wemby has shown like the same promise in his passing development that like Giannis has.
Yeah.
Pre 2020, and I think if his passing game develops well, like he'll work out all the kinks. But his good games this season have been ridiculous. Like, I mean, for the
40
first
points right off the bat.
he's been averaging like 4 blocks. Also, I mean, he just dipped below 4 blocks recently. But like for most of the season, he was averaging like 4 blocks, and I think he'll probably
the Pelicans.
Yeah, he'll probably finish the season between 3.5 and 4 blocks again, which is crazy.
That's insane. Jonathan Isaac was averaging like 2.5, and that was like number 1 a few seasons ago.
Yeah. It is crazy how much Wemby has... Like, I genuinely think if Wemby played... Because we are playing in, like, the era where it is probably the hardest to block a shot out of any era in NBA history.
There's a lot of shit you can do.
Because the thing is, perimeter plays are ran so that, like plays that end in, like, a attempt at the rim, like, they're deliberately ran so that you move the defensive coverage to the 3-point line in such a way, like, it's there's so much more motion in offense now, and there's so much more spacing and 3-point shooting in terms of the player archetypes that are coming into the league now. It is as hard as it's ever been to block a shot, and he's averaging, like, historic block numbers. Like, I genuinely think if he played in, like, the 90s, when
it was all at the rim.
Yeah, when the majority of shots were being taken either in the short mid-range or at the rim, like, Wemby would probably be averaging, like, at least 5 blocks, 6 blocks.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd be averaging 10 blocks. 10 blocks per game.
I don't know. Like, I guess I was thinking a little too back in the day, a little too.
Because I think at a certain point, yeah. But the thing is, I don't know. This is something that I kind of want to see, because I feel like it would actually make the game more entertaining, as if they genuinely just removed the defensive 3 seconds rule.
I agree. Let a man camp.
Because imagine Wemby with no defensive 3 seconds. That would actually be, like, fucked. Like, Wemby and Gobert and, like, I don't know, like all the really good rim protectors in the league with no defensive 3 seconds rule would be, like, genuinely so fun to watch, and I think it would force a lot of defenses to be even more creative.
Yeah.
And I think if anybody, because a lot of people like to say, oh, there's so much offense in the league nowadays, like nobody plays defense anymore. There's an easy solution, I think, in that, and I don't know. Some people are like, oh, bring back hand checking. I don't think that would really do anything, because if you actually watch the game, because I think a lot of the people who say that don't really watch the game, but if you watch the game, guys get away with hand checking like 90% of the time. Like, genuinely, like, there are guys who are off ball, like, playing, like, basically, like, football plays, like
I
grabbing
like
each other and shit.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the push-offs.
I don't know.
I see that all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's basically like you can get away with a subtle push-off if you, like, really throw someone, like you're getting a foul call.
I kind of keep forgetting that the Jazz exist as a team.
Yeah, I don't know. The Jazz just are like a filler team. Have just been like a filler team to me.
They're in what we call
in
NASCAR,
mind.
what we call back markers, that are field fillers, that are just kind of like there to make things a little more interesting, like a fun factor, like a little like
Yeah.
wrench in the machine.
The Jazz have just been bad this year, and I'm not super familiar with the roster.
I'm looking. I don't know any of these players. I know Walker Kessler and Larry Markkinen, but like that's it. They have these guys with like crazy names. Filipkowski, Maya Kaudik. Oh God, I can't speak.
Oh, what do we think about the Nuggets and the Lakers?
I'm surprised the Lakers are doing as well as they are, but I'm also not, if that makes sense.
I think it's interesting because, like, I mean, obviously Luka was going to be good if he, like, came back relatively healthy. He's even surpassed expectations regarding that, even, like, relative to, like, his 2024 standards so far, at least.
Austin Reeves has been shooting the lights out, though.
Yeah, Austin Reeves seems to be having, like, a career year. Marcus Smart seems to be having a career resurgence. DeAndre Ayton seems to be having a career resurgence. It just looks like all the pieces just seem to be falling into place.
Yeah.
I think if LeBron comes back, and he doesn't even have to be like LeBron. He could literally just be like
He could be
a 20
helping
he
out.
could be like a 20 points per game, like, I guess like 50-38 like splits guy
Yeah.
who plays like he plays like a Draymond Green role on defense, and I think the Lakers immediately become a championship contender.
Absolutely. If he like does anything, I feel like on the court, they're done.
Yeah.
Like that's fine.
Because obviously, like what is their starting lineup right now?
I believe it's Luca, Reeves, Aiton. God, who is there?
Luca, Reeves, Ayton. I think it's Luca, Reeves, Ayton. Is it?
Is it Kleber? No, definitely not.
I forget. Yeah, their depth chart. Okay, their starters. Yeah, they're playing Rui Hachimura
That's what I thought.
at power forward.
It was I wanted to believe that, but I wasn't like
It's Doncic
sure.
point guard, Reeves shooting guard. Yeah, their depth has actually is really good this year. A lot of their like I don't know, they have Luca, Reeves, Smart, Hachimura, and Aiton, and I think obviously like in this lineup, I feel like you would probably replace Hachimura. I don't know. It depends.
Yeah,
I feel like you either replace Hachimura or Smart though.
In a perfect world.
But yeah, because I feel like you kind of want Hachimura is like a decent defensive player. I don't know, but the Smart, Reeves, and I don't know. There's a lot you could do with this lineup, but I feel like LeBron coming in for Hachimura would probably be the move.
Yeah, I think so.
Being that LeBron at this stage in his career is more of a power forward, being that he can't really when LeBron gets switched onto a really like good three in the modern NBA, like with how old he is now, like it's kind of like a blow by sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Although I don't know. He's still a really good defensive player when he has like the energy to put effort into that. Like the reason why
he's just kind
he
of
was such a bad the reason why he was such a bad defender in like 2023, 2022 is because he was carrying such a huge offensive load at his old ass age that he had no energy to be fucking
defensive at all. He was just
playing
like,
defense.
He could probably sit down on their end of the floor and be fine. Like that was
I mean, with the Lakers, like this team, LeBron. What I'm excited to see though is because LeBron has actually been kind of bad in the clutch, in the last few years, just because he's had to carry so much of the offensive load for the team that he gets tired at the end of the game, as old players do. It's the same things happened with Kevin Durant, same things happened with Steph Curry in some of the years where he doesn't have a lot of help, and. By the end of the game, they're like, I just carried the team all the way here, and I have to chuck up a shot for the win. Yeah. And a lot of times that makes it really hard to make that shot because not only is a lot of defensive attention on you, but you're also tired as fuck from putting the team on your back. But now LeBron is not going to have to put the team on his back, so we're going to get to see Luka Doncic
really
and LeBron, at full strength in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And Luka and LeBron, when they're fully healthy and not tired, and they're both good clutch players. I think the Lakers have a serious chance at the title. I think the teams that I would say are real contenders currently would probably be obviously the Thunder are looking crazy good this. Yeah, Thunder are number one. The Nuggets, I actually have a lot of faith in.
Yeah.
The Nuggets because they have Jokic,
AG, my boy.
Cam Johnson joined the team. They brought back a lot of their depth from their 20 like that. What was his name?
Valanciunas?
No. Their bench player from the 2023 championship team. I forget his name. But they brought back a lot of their bench depth from their championship team. And then the Lakers, okay, so the Thunder are number one. Probably number two would be the Nuggets. I don't know what the rankings is, but I would say every team that I have faith that they could possibly win the championship this year would probably be Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, Lakers. Knicks and Cavs.
Yeah, that's what I would be there too.
The Rockets, I feel like if Fred VanVleet didn't get injured, I feel like they would have had like a chance, but they have like such a massive like void at the point guard position, and Kevin Durant has to shoulder such a massive shot creation load
Dude, so
that
hard.
I just don't think that they have what it takes.
Yeah, maybe next.
But yeah, but the thing is, next year Kevin Durant's gonna be like 500.
Yeah, I don't know how much
Kevin
he's got
Durant.
in him.
Yeah, it's looking like. Unfortunately, it's kind of looking like the end of the line for the 2010s Big Three.
Yeah.
You know,
God,
there's
that's so weird because that's like right when I was really into basketball. Like that's when I got into.
Yeah,
it.
the Curry, KD, LeBron era is ending.
It's
like I don't.
over.
There is a chance that LeBron gets. I think honestly, it is funny. The oldest one out of them has probably the best chance to win a championship.
Yeah,
right now.
he's also won the most.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Curry has the same number of championships,
right.
but like, LeBron was more of a central piece, obviously, because like, there hasn't been any situation aside from like 2011 where they didn't even win the title, where like a player has been in a position to win the Finals MVP over LeBron. Like Anthony Davis was kind of there a little bit, but AD got injured in the finals, and he was just bad in like a few of the later games.
I love how he got traded to Dallas, did a dunk, and went, "I'm here," and then immediately hurt himself.
No, the crazy thing is he had like 29 points in the half.
He did.
Like he was playing like ridiculously good.
Mind, and then he injured himself. Like that's so.
And
sad.
the funny thing is, it was a non-contact groin injury. He was just like holding his meat, like on the floor, just like writhing in pain. And it's like, this is the AD experience. He
just figures out a way to hurt his meat.
Yeah. He just like he plays like incredibly well for 20 minutes, tears something in his leg, and then goes back to the bench, and then it's just the process repeats itself.
Well, I think we're gonna call it here. It's been about an hour. Thanks for joining
All
me.
right.
Hopefully we can do this again sometime soon.
Hell yeah.
Looking, no timeouts left. The pass comes to Bane. Bane hoisting at the buzzer. He drills it! It's magic on a Monday night. 1:15, 1:12 the final.